between the ifs. There's not much difference between the ifs and the nested if. It's just that the nested if was an old way of using logical functions. You understand, with multiple conditions, while the ifs is the newer way. But I think I will do both. Then you guys will see it. Then you tell me which you actually prefer. Both can do the same thing. You understand? So this here now is like a student score sheet. Because it's a student score sheet. So we have the student names. We have their scores for each subject. So let's say now we want to grade them. So we want to create like a grading table for them. That means we want to have A, B, C, and the rest. You understand? So let's say you know the way it normally grade. Let's say A is people that have 70 and above. 70 and above. Then we have B for people that have greater than or equal to 70. Then we have B for people that have, let's say, 60 and above, down equal to 60. Then we can say C for people that have, let's say, greater than or equal to 50. Then D for, is that a problem? Can you guys hear me? And can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can also see your screen.
I can hear you.
Okay. So we have D for people that have 40, between 40 and 50. Then F for people that are below 40, are scored below 40. Below 40. So if you want to use the ifs for this kind of, you can see that there are multiple conditions here. We have about 5 conditions here. You understand? So if we want to use the ifs now to create like a grading sheet for them, we don't want their scores to show. I think for people that went to the university, if you see the way your scores are usually displayed, the grades are usually displayed on the board, not really the scores. So the scores are with your probably the course advisor or whoever is in charge of that. So let's say now for maths now, since we already have a grading scheme here, we can come here and say, I'm going to use the if. We'll start with Alice. So we only need to do for Alice since we can actually do relative reference in there. So I'm going to write equal to ifs. Ifs. So it's asking for the logical test now. So the logical test is if this particular cell, if this cell here, the score is greater than or equal to 70. Okay, greater than or equal to 70, you should you put your comma. So it's asking you for the value if it's true. So if that particular cell is greater than or equal to 70, you should write A. You understand? Then we have our comma. So now it's asking for the second test. Second test is if that particular cell, we don't need to. Let me use the formula bar since we don't need to go and select again since we already know the cell is B3. So we have if B3 is greater than or equal to 60. We have our comma. You should write B. Hope you guys are following me. Then we have a comma again. Then if that same B3 is greater than or equal to 50, we need to write C. Please ensure you put your double quote, otherwise it will give you an error. Write C. Then if B3, again, we don't need to write all those, you just you write the the test, then you write the value you want it to display. So if B3 now is greater than or equal to 40, you should write D. You should write D. Then if B3 now is less than 40, you should display F. So I'll close the bracket and I enter it, click enter. So you can see that it gave me A. And if you look at Alice here, Alice is actually greater than 70. So it's correct. You understand? So let me science here. I think I should have just copied it. Okay. So we have for science. So we can come here now and drag. So Alice had A in all the subjects. Then we can also come down here and drag. So you can see it. It has populated for everything. Very simple. It's just like the if, but it's used when you have multiple conditions that you need to be met. So if you want to check it now and compare, let's look at Bob. Bob for English, which is here. This F here. So let's go and check Bob. You can see Bob. Bob had a 20, which is less than 40. Somebody's hand is up. What's the question? What's the question? Okay, no question. So that is for ifs. You understand?
Hello,
So,
ma, please. My mic
go
was
ahead.
mute.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Please, can't we just like do the average of all the subjects, like for each student, then we'll not grade on that.
Yes, you can if you want to.
Okay.
You can if you want to. But it depends on, okay, how will I put it down? Okay, for example, now for a university student, you won't see yeah, they'll display your overall average, yes, so but you will not see you would see the grade you had for each course. You understand? You would see the grade you have for each course. If I want to do what you just asked, I will not be able to display, I will not be able to use ifs. I don't have any reason to use ifs because all I need to just do now is just this is equals to average. This is equals to average of what? Of all these cells. That's also, I will just, let me take this out first. So I will just populate it. Then if I want to just get the grade here, I'll just do, let me just go here and copy the same thing. I don't have to repeat myself. So I'll use the ifs here. So I'm going to paste it, but we're not working with this cell again. Understand? We're not working with, I think we're working with, I'm covering it. We're working with F, right? We're working with F3. I'll come here now, I'll paste it, formula bar, so I just need F. So it's the same thing. You understand? It's just for you to see how possible it is for you to just populate a whole sheet without stressing yourself. Okay. So it's the same thing. You get?
All right, ma'am.
Okay. So if we don't want to, what happened here? Okay, so if you wanted to use the nested if, this is what you'll be doing. If we're to use the nested if to do what we just did right now. I hope that was clear. Everybody got that. Okay. Okay. So if we were to use the nested if now for that same thing I did right now, so what you'll be doing would be is equal to, okay, with B3 equal to if. We use if, we won't use nested if. Get so equal to if. It's asking for the logic test, which is if B3 is greater than or equal to 70, it should display a comma. But in this case, you will not write it again. You will now put another if again. If B3 is greater than or equal to 60, should display the B. Put your comma again. If, see how cumbersome it is. If B3 is greater than or equal to 50, it should display a C. You get. Then if B3 greater than or equal to 40, should display a D. Else, because we're working with if now. This, okay, you can set to use if, or you can set to add if here for your F, or you just put your F here, because you can see immediately write the if, it will ask you value if false. You understand? So you can put else, just display what? An F. So anything that is below 40 is going to display an F. You get, so you have to close it here. But with the parentheses, you need to count the number of parentheses you have opened already. Number of parentheses you opened must be equal to the ones that you closed, that are closed. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to have 4 parentheses here. And then enter. You get.
Hello, ma. I have a question.
Your screen is not much showing, ma.
My screen is not showing.
Hello, ma.
Hello.
Yes, ma. Just show, ma. Thank you very much, ma. Please, ma. Can you we go to the last parenthesis, that last stage?
Okay.
Thank you very much, ma.
Can you still see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need to do. I don't need to write it again. I can just work with this, just this cell. I said you write the if several times. If you are using this nested if, you understand? You have to state the if for each condition. Then when you want to close the at the end of it, ordinarily, if you're using your if, for example, you're using your if, it will ask you for the test. So let's say B3 equal to 70, for example. It will ask you for the test. It will ask you for the value it wants you to display. You understand? The value it wants you to the value you want it to display, if it is true, then it will ask you for the value you want it to display if it is false. You understand? That is, if it does not meet this particular criteria, what should it display? So you cannot put an F. You understand? So that is the same thing we are doing. That is the same thing we are doing. We are doing here.
I need the on for.
That's the same thing you are doing here. So you just you state all the conditions. Then in the end, if the condition, if what is in that cell does not meet any of these criteria, what should display? We want to display an F, which is failed. You understand? But for the ifs, we didn't have to state that. You understand? For the ifs, we just stated all the conditions. There was no else for the ifs. You get? It's just all the condition that is there. So if you want to look at both formulas now, which one would you guys say is you prefer? Because they will give you the same, they will use the same result.
The first one is
which one do you guys prefer?
Ifs is easier.
The ifs. Okay. So that's it. Okay, for the next one now, the next logical function we'll be looking at is the AND. So the AND is used for, is also for multiple conditions, multiple criteria. But the thing is, it does not give you a value. The AND only gives you true or false. You understand? The OR also does the same thing. They give you only true or false. So the way the AND works is, if the criteria, the 2 criteria you stated, or 3 criteria, if everything is being met, it will give you a true. But if one out of those conditions is not being met, it will give you a false. So if I was to create an example for you now, okay, if I say take this man, I want to just tell you the difference between the and the or before I show you guys. If I say take this money now, go to the market. If you see a man that is short and black, for example, give him the money. You understand? So I said, if the man is short and black, give him the money. So if you end up going to the market, you see a man that is short but it's not black, will you give him the money?
No.
Okay.
No.
If you now go to the market and you see a man that is black but it's not short, will you give him the money?
No.
No,
No.
ma'am.
Okay, so that is how the and works. Both must be true. It is only the man that is short and black that you give the money. But what if I said, take this money, go to the market. If you see a man that is black or short, that is, if you see a black man or a short man, give him this money. So if you go there and you see a man that is tall and black, will you give him the money?
No. Oh, yes.
Why?
Yes, so
So if you go there now, you see a man that is short but he's light skinned, will you give him the money?
Yes, I would. It's part of the criteria.
Exactly. So that is how the and the or works. So let's do something here now. Let's say okay. Let's say come in. Don't know why. I think I need to. It's not selecting what I wanted to select. Let me zoom in, sure. Okay. So I think it's working now. So let me call this and I'll call this or. So let's say, for example, as the teacher, you want to send your students for a competition, and this competition is it's an English and history competition. So the students must be good at both English and history. If the student is good in history and is not good in English, don't need that kind of student for the competition. Understand? So for this kind of situation, you use the and. So we have equal to and what? So it's asking for the criteria for the logic. The first criteria here now is, a student that is very good will have an A, right? And that A, the grade, the pass mark for A is 70, right? So we can say the first logical test is this particular cell, D3, which is for the English, because we want a student that is good in both English and history. We want to see the students that are good in both English and history. Okay, so I can say D3 is greater than or equal to 70, comma. All right. So this E3 as well, which is for history, should also be greater than or equal to 70. You understand? And then I'll close my parenthesis. So it gave me true. So if I should do it for the rest, you can see it gave me false.
Excuse me, I'm not seeing what you are typing.
My screen is zoomed though. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
You can see it, ma.
Okay, let me go over it again. The first thing I did was this. The pass mark to show, the proof to show that the person is very good, the student is very good in a subject is 70. which is A. You understand? So I'll come here and I'll click equal to. Equal to. The function I want to use now is and. So I'll click I'll type my and. You can see what it brought out here. It checks whether all arguments are true and returns true if all arguments are true. You understand? So I'll put my parentheses here. The first argument we want English, which is D3 here. English should be greater than or equal to 70, comma. The second argument is history should be greater than or equal to 70. So both of them should be greater than or equal to 70. And then I'll close my parentheses and then I clicked enter. You understand? So if I should populate it now, you can see it means there's only one student that can go for the English and history competition. You understand? However, if maybe what we needed was we need the student to be good in only one subject. Because it's not compulsory the student should be good in both English and history. You get, if the student is good in history, you can make do with the student. If the student is good in English, you can make do with the student. We don't need student to be good at both. You understand? Or let's say let's see what with English and history then. So for this one now, the one for all, we'll click our equal to. So we'll write or, then we'll open a parenthesis. You understand? So I'm still going to work with the same D3, which is English. For the all now, we need only one condition to be met. We don't need the student to be good all around. We don't need the student to be good in both English and history. We need the student to just be good in one. If the student is good with one, we're okay. So I'll click D3 is equal to 70, comma, that same D3. Not D3, it's going to be E3. We're done with English already. E3, which is history, should be greater than or equal to 70. And then I close my parentheses. Okay, and it gave me true for Alice. So if I should populate it now, you can see it gave me true for Bob as well. Meaning Bob, because Bob is very good in history as well. Then it also gave me true for David, because David is good in English, but it's below the pass mark, which is 70 in history, but it's good in English, so we can work with him. It also gave me for Eve. So we can work with Eve here. You get, and true for Sam, because he had 98. So is this one clear?
I'm so sorry, please. Your screen is not moving. It's more like it's fixed.
It's not moving. It's fixed. Okay.
Yes, I'm not seeing what you're doing.
Your screen is showing well.
I think you need to check the network. It seems it's showing.
The screen is working well. I think it's the network. The screen is working well.
Please, I have a question.
Go ahead.
This and function, can we use like for 3 courses, like for 3 subjects?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes. So if you want to use for 3 subjects now, I can come here now. We already have for D3 and E3, which is English and history. So I can do for C3, which is for science. So I put my comma there, and I'll say C3 should be greater than or equal to 70. That means the person must have 70 all round. I don't think we have anybody like that today. Only that. So it's going to be the same. You understand? But if we not decide to
please, can you do that all again?
Okay. Okay. If we decide to reduce the cutoff now to 60, since we have only one student, I'll do the all again. Since we have only one student, so I've done it. I've reduced the cutoff to 60. Okay. So now we'll be able to get another person that can actually go for the competition that has to do with science, English, and history. That person is here, who is David. You understand? David's only issue was the history, because the history was not up to 70, it was 65, while the others were 70. So I think that has answered that person's question. So the person I wanted him to do for all again is the same thing. And all, they do this, they do the same thing. Yeah, they just go to check the condition. The only difference is for the or, at least if one condition is being met, it will give you true. You understand? It doesn't need all the conditions you state there to be met for it to give you true. If one condition is being met, it will give you true. You understand? But for the and, all the conditions you state there must be true. If you stated 5 conditions and 4 are true, but 1 is not true, it will give you a false for and. You understand? So let's say now, person is going to do this all again. I've done it for D3 greater than or equal to 70.
Yeah,
E3
thank you,
greater
ma'am.
Okay, so if you want to add now for this, or let's say we want to add science, which is C3. So we have C3 greater than or equal to 70. It won't change, because, okay, so you can see this person here was false. This person had one false before. He had the false was in this person's one was false before. None of them was up to 70. Abi? Okay, no, it was this person. It was Charles. Before, Charles was false, because Charles he didn't meet the cutoff mark in both English and history. But because I added science now to it, and Charles actually had more than 70 in science, so he changed it to true. This person now, Jane, is still false, because the 3 conditions, the conditions are not met. The condition is not being met in these 3 places. You understand? So that's it. So in a situation whereby you want it to do something, you want it to display something. You understand? You want it to display something for you if it is true. Let's say you want it to say eligible for let me say eligible now, for example. So if we want to work with the and now, maybe all we need to just do is we'll come here and say if here, I didn't put my parentheses. So we'll come here and say if this cell H3, all right, if H3 is equal to true, it should display, that is the value if true, should display eligible, right? Else it should display not. You get? And I click my equal to. You can see it gave me eligible. I did not dragging. My cell is not dragging. Okay. So it gave me.
Your network. I don't know if it's on my end. I'm not. The screen is just frozen one side.
Is it frozen? I'll check it again.
It's not frozen. I can't see anything.
I think it's your network.
It's not frozen, it's the network.
Okay. So you see what we did now? It gave us what we wanted it to display. But the thing is, you don't always have to separate it. See the way it is here, you don't always have to go and do the and first before you do the if. You understand? You can simply just come here and say equal to if. You understand? Then inside the if, you put your and. So everything you put here, the full condition you have here, you don't have to do it here before you do it in the other side. So you put your if first, and then you click you write and inside, and then you open your parentheses. Then all the conditions you used initially, you now do them again. You understand? So we have science. Science here is C3. So we have C3. C3 should be greater than or equal to 70, comma, D3 should be greater than or equal to 70, comma, then E3, which is history, should be greater than or equal to 70. You understand? And then you close your parenthesis. So you are finished with this AND. You are done with the AND function. You understand? So this is like your logical test, which is your if, the first part. Then you will now put your comma. So immediately you put your comma, it's going to take you to, it's going to ask you for value if true. So if these conditions, now everything here is being met, what should you display? You should display eligible. Should display eligible. Otherwise, it should display not. You understand? And I put my equal to. There's an issue. Why was it not and I worked with? This page is supposed to be eligible as well. I'm coming.
I think it's because you added history.
No,
I think you use 60, you use 70
history is the problem.
Is the history. History is
You
65.
use history. That's why you use history.
Okay, I didn't use history in the other one.
No,
No,
you did
it's
not.
only science and English.
It was science you used.
Oh. No, now look at it here now. This one.
The issue is that
you
criteria
use
is
science
70 instead of 60.
No.
Because for this round they use 60.
The first hand was 60. Now you are using 70.
Use 60. That's why it was eligible. He was eligible.
Okay.
Use 60.
Oh, okay, you're right. Because I was wondering, so it's not eligible. Let me change it back. Okay, so I'm glad at least you guys are following. So you get it now, right? It's straightforward. So you can do the same for the or. You understand? Instead of coming to write it here first before working, you can just, I don't need to write it, I can just copy it here. So everything that is here for the or, sorry. So if I want to do for the or now, without having to go and do the or first, then I'll just put my equal to if. You understand? Then in brackets, I'll put the one for the or. You get? So I'll put everything concerning or. Then I'll put my comma. My value if true. You should put eligible for me. Eligible. Otherwise, you should display not. So why is it not giving me what I want now? I'm coming. Everything that is here, everything that is here is supposed to be the same with what? Okay. I didn't drag this one down. I didn't drag it down. Can I have now? So everything that is here is supposed to be the same with what is here. So I don't know. Greater than 70.
You added the C column. You added the C column here. You didn't add it in the first one.
So let's see here now. Let's see. C. Although it's DEC, but it's same thing. CDE, same thing. The order doesn't really matter. So here is CDE. Supposed to. Oh, let's just go and check the condition too. For the or, at least one should be met. This is for who? It's supposed to display eligible. Supposed to display a label. You know what? Let me do it again. Let me do it again. Or it's because I did something here. Let me do it again. You know what I'll do? Let me just do it afresh. So I said go with equal to if, and then we'll put the or there. All right. So we want to work with C3, right? So C3 should be greater than or equal to 70. D3 should be greater than or equal to 70. I don't know how that didn't work. It's supposed to work. Then E3 should be greater than or equal to 70. So I'll close my bracket for the or. Value if true, it should display eligible if one of those conditions there is being met. If none are being met, it should display not. So there's something. Can't write it. There's a problem with my Excel. Let me not zoom in again.
I think is on track because you didn't drag it to the down. It's just one function in the down.
Even I'm even double clicking, it's not even working. Can you see it? Okay. Okay, yeah, I think it's on track now. Yes. So you guys can see it, right? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
We can.
Yes.
So you can see it now that
Please try to zoom it out.
Okay.
It's too tiny.
Too tiny, okay. So I hope I did not confuse anybody with this my Excel issue. Okay, you can see that this place here now, what is here now is the same as what is here. You understand? So ideally you should not come and be doing this. You don't have to do this before you do this. You get, so that is for the and, the or, then combining both of them together. Is this one clear? Does anybody have any questions?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have a question.
Okay, I have two questions actually. The first one is, let me say it's a result sheet, and you have something like 70. On another sheet, you see something like it reflects as 70A combined together. How do you get that?
You can use the
question. Then the second one is, on a result sheet, the way you are doing it on one sheet, that's not the way it reflects. So what happens is that the score sheet is going to have maybe your 70, 80, 90. Then the second sheet, it will just reflect on it as your grades. The third sheet will reflect as it combined.
It's concatenation you do now.
Concatenation, okay.
Yeah, so you just use, you can, if it's text join you want to use, you will not put space, or you use the concat. You understand? So if you want to do that now for this, let's say, let me just take this out. We take this here. Then we have their names as well. I don't know why my mouse is dragging. Okay, so we have their names there. You can just come here and do equal to, let's say, concat. So you want it to have their score, right?
Yes,
Alice.
the score. Yes.
Concat Alice, comma, then this, and then.
Okay, thank you. Then for it to reflect on the next sheet, is it you have to name the table and then do it on the next sheet, or how?
If you feel like you can name the table. It's always best to now always advise to create a table. Because for example, now you wanted to work with another analysis tool like Power BI. You understand? Most of the time, if what you have, the way we have this sheet now, it will just make your life very difficult. The way it is now, where you just have plenty things here, it will just look very, it look very scattered. You understand?
Yes.
But on one sheet, all these things I'm doing here is just for illustration purpose. It's not supposed to be here. On one sheet, you should have only one table. Do you understand? And that table should be a table that it should be structured with a name.
Okay.
You understand? That is how it is supposed to be. All this I'm doing here now is just for illustration purpose.
Okay.
You get?
Thank you. Yes.
All right. So, for example, now you want to I think you want to rank them. You want to know who had let me zoom in. You want to rank them maybe by position, first, second, whichever you want to do. So you can use your equal to use the rank equivalent. All right. So you click your rank equivalent. So it's asking you which number do you want to rank. I want to rank this is the average. Let's rank the average. So I'll click the average number. Then I'll put my comma. So it's asking reference. That is the range you want it to rank with. So we want it to compare this particular average with this range of numbers with all the average scores, which is F10. So we have F3 to F10. F3 to F10. Then we now have our comma. So it's asking in which order. We want it to be in descending order because first position is person with the highest average. So you should count it from the highest number to the lowest number. So you can put, just start writing descending if you don't know the number. Then it will now bring it out for you. 0 here is equal to descending. 1 is equal to ascending. So we want to start from the highest number, which is descending. And then you double click. You see, it gave me 2. So if you check now, oh, it didn't give me what I wanted. I'll show you this. So why do you guys think it didn't give me what I wanted? Any suggestions?
I think it's because we use descending order.
No.
So we started from
no.
And also some of the numbers are duplicated.
No. Because now it's giving me Jane now. Jane now is 55. Jane should be, I think the last position now, the smallest person here should be John. But it's giving me second for John. Why?
Okay.
I think we need to reference 79.5. Like make it fixed.
Thank you very much. That's what I want to hear. Yes, I know somebody is falling. But what we are fixing is not 79.5. Not fixing 79.5. If you observe, look here. You can see the range here is F3 to F10. This is F3 here to F10. You go to the next place. It's F4 to F11, which is what from here to here. So it's grading it to this empty space, which is not what we want. You go to the next line, you can see it is F5 to F12. Can you see that it changed? So we don't want that. That is the problem here. So it now looks like, yeah, you see now. So it now looks like, let's say, okay, let's work with this John now. Come and click with John. Come and click John. You see John. John is comparing 45. Sorry. Let me go back. Look at the formula. John is comparing 45, F8 to F15. So where is it? F8 to F15. You can see. So and you look at F8, F15. This is F8, 45. This F9. This F10. So it's practically just comparing to these three numbers because the other numbers here are 0. You understand that we cannot see. You get so 45, 44, and 55. Between these 3, actually, John is number 2. Do you understand? John here now is second. So what you will do when you are making this kind of thing, you don't want it to change. So you will go to your F3. You click F4. You understand? To lock that F3. Then you come to your F10 as well and you click F4. If you don't want to click F4, you can just simply put the dollar before the column, put dollar before the row. Do the same thing for the other side. You get? And then click equal to. Then you drag. Can you see it now? Can you see it has changed now?
Yeah. Yes, ma, I can see it.
See, so now it's telling us, giving us the right result. This Eve is the best student here. Eve took first. To go by it again. Hello.
Yes, ma.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm going to go back. I said to get the rank now, to rank all those numbers, you use the rank equivalent function. Use the rank EQ. Okay. So I use the rank EQ now. It's asking me what number do I want to rank. I want to rank this cell. All right. And I put my comma. It's asking me now which cells do I want to rank this cell with? Like, what do I want to compare them with? And I want to do it with that is F3, right? F3 to F10. Understand? And I'll put my comma. And I want it to start from the highest number. So I want to go descending. So if you're not sure which number is descending and which is ascending, just start writing it. Make sure you start writing it to bring out the 2 numbers available. And then you click your descending. It will put 0 for you. Or you simply just put 0, delete your D and you put 0. And then you close the bracket. You understand? Then I populate it. But the issue here was because we did not properly reference it. The only thing we want to change is the individual cell that is ranking, which is F3. We want the next one to be F4. But unfortunately for us, because we didn't reference, okay, you can see now I clicked it. You can see what is comparing it with, what is grading it with. What did I do? Okay, I didn't do anything. So you can see what it was grading it with. So if I come here now and I click it, you can see it. You can see the red this thing. You can see it because we didn't properly reference it. You get, so what I needed to do in the beginning was this part where you have F3, where we have the range that we want that the number to be ranked with. I would have just come here and put F4. I clicked F4. F4 is to lock the cell. You can either click F4 or you can just come before the column reference, the column alphabet. If you put a dollar sign before the row, you put a dollar sign, and then you click equal to, or you click enter. So I drag it and it ranks them back. Now it is correct. You understand? So I think this is straightforward, right?
Ma, please, I want to ask a question. That F4, is it the function key on our keyboard?
On our keyboard, yes. F4 is on the keyboard. Just
the
go and
keys,
click.
right?
Yes, function keys, yes. Just go and click the take your cursor to the
simply the dollar sign now. Just dollar sign.
And yes, but it's faster. If you want, just F4 is faster for you. Dollar sign is just maybe your F4 is bad, or so you can use dollar sign. Okay, so we are done with logical functions. These are not the only logical functions you have. We have the not, we have the X, that is the XOR. So you guys can read up on that. But these ones are the most commonly used. You understand? So let's go to combining logical functions and aggregate functions together. So we have the SUMIF, we have the SUMIFS, we have the COUNTIF, we have the COUNTIFs. You can also do the average if and the average ifs if you want, but we will not be doing average. We just work with this. So I think average will not be an assignment. You understand? So in this case now, we want a situation whereby you're looking at this. You guys can see, let me zoom in so you guys can see well. So let's say this table now. Normally, if you want to get the sum, you just come here now, you do your sum. That was I think I taught you guys this, so this is not new. We're working with E4 to E11. So do your some E4 to E11. Okay, so it has given us 36,500, but this is for everything. What if we don't want the sum for everything? What if we only want the sum? Because these are employees now. We only want to sum the sales for our employees in Nigeria, for example. And the employees in Nigeria now, we have Bob, we have Eve, and then we have Sam. You understand? Sorry, not Sam, Jane, Bob. Let me highlight it so everybody is on the same page. Let me use yellow. Okay, so we have Bob. We want to work with the ones in Nigeria. We have Bob, we have John, and then we have Jane. Right. I've added this one. So let's say, for example, we want to sum this just these three people, only the sales in Nigeria. So what do we do? That is where the SUMIF comes into play. You understand? We are combining logical functions and aggregate functions. Sum is an aggregate function. So you come here now and say equal to SUMIF. You can see it has popped up. So it's asking you the range. That is, where is the criteria? The criteria range. So the criteria range now is country. Remember, it's country we want to work with. You understand? So the country here now is D4 to D11. So that is the range for country, D4 to D11. So we'll put I didn't write D4 to D11. So we add our comma here. So it's asking you the criteria. And remember, our criteria now is that any place where you see in this range, this D4 to D11, any cell that it sees Nigeria is what we want to sum. So we'll now come here and we'll write Nigeria. Always follow what is being highlighted. I'll keep on saying it. The first one was the range. We're done with the range. Immediately you put the comma, it has moved to the next one, which is what? Criteria. So Nigeria is the criteria. And I'll put my comma. So it's asking me the sum range, meaning where do I want to sum? So it's going to compare what is on the left with what's on the right. You understand? So assuming that this sale, this sale here is for Nigeria, this sale here is for this sale here is for John. Okay, so it's asking me for the sum range. And the sum range is E4 to E11. So we have E4 and we have E11. So I close my parentheses and you can see gave me 13,000. So if you want to sum it, you can see 7,000 plus 2,000, that's 9,000. 9,000 plus 4,000, that is 13,000. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we can.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is clear, right? This is clear, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So in a case now where we don't just want, we've been to get everybody now, we have to get the total sales from Nigeria. What if what we actually wanted was
please,
the total?
Tap that very one again, please. I didn't get it.
Okay, see what I did. All right. So I said what we want to see. Normally, if you want to do a sum, you just write sum and then you just add the range into the parentheses like we did here. But we don't want this sum. We don't want everything. We don't want to sum everything. We only want the total sales from Nigeria. You understand? Which is what we have highlighted here. Nigeria. So what we'll come and do is we'll write equal to sum if, meaning sum it only if, yeah, it's like English. This formula like English, just assume they're English and it works. You understand? So sum if what? That is asking the range. Where is the range of the criteria? And our criteria here is country. And that country is D4 to D11. That's where you will find the country. So we have D4 to D11. So now it's asking now, what is the criteria in that D4 to D11 that you want us to work with? And we want to work with what? Nigeria. Do you understand? Nigeria. Now I'll put my comma. So it's asking me, where do you want to sum? Which is what? The sum range. You get? Assuming I had put count, it will ask count range. So where do you want to count? You understand? Assuming I had put average here, it will ask average range. Meaning, where do you want to find the average of? You understand? So it's asking me for the sum range. And the sum range here is sales. And that sales is E4 to E11. So we have E4 to E11. And then it gave me 13,000. Assuming what I wanted now was the sum of people in of sales in Kenya, for example. So we have 1,000, we have 4,000. So we're expecting 5,000, right? So all I need to do now is where we have the criteria here, I'll simply change it to Kenya. And we have 5,000. So I believe that's clear. So for example, now, we don't want just the country. We found all in Nigeria now, but we want the mail, the sales of all the mail in Nigeria. You see that condition now is now more than one. It's no longer one. Initially, we wanted only Nigeria, but now we want all the mail. You understand? The total of all the mail sales, all the mail in Nigeria, we want their sales. We want the total sales, you get. So what will come here now is we'll use the SUMIFS. I think I should do it here so you can easily see it. Or let me hide this tab.
I want to ask a question. Sorry, ma'am. What about if we wanted to have?
You wanted to have what? Yeah. You're breaking out. Okay, so while we wait for him to come. For example, now
choose together, maybe Kenya and Nigeria.
Hello, can you hear me?
Did you get me?
Want that you still use the if. Can you hear me? Okay, let me go to the next one.
Yes.
For now,
I think his question is if you want to combine Nigeria and Kenya together.
Okay, Nigeria and Kenya.
Good. Yes.
Okay, let's try this first. When you compare that, is you want to see the sum for 2 countries here, right? Can you hear me?
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay. See what we can do. We'll use the ifs for that. You understand? So we work with equal to SUMIFS. So it's asking for the sum range. Can you hear me? It's asking for the sum range. This one now is slightly different from the sum if. Remember the sum if. The first thing the sum if asked for was the criteria range. So you need to understand difference between criteria range and sum range. So the sum ifs now is asking for the sum range. And the sum range is what? E4 to E11, right? That is what we want to sum. So we'll have our E4 to E11. Okay. And then we have our comma here. So it's asking for criteria range, which is the first the first criteria. We want it to work with country, right? Country is D4 to D11. Criteria range, country, D4 to D11. Okay, so it's asking for the criteria now. The first criteria is what? Nigeria. Nigeria, right? That is the first criteria, comma. So it's asking for criteria range 2. Our criteria range is still D4 to D11, right? So we have D4 to what? D11. Okay. Then it's asking for the criteria, the second criteria. We want Kenya, right? So we'll put Kenya, for example, and then we'll close it. So, oh, let's give me 0.
We don't add the sum range at the end.
No, it won't add. No, the sum range is already here. The sum range is already in the beginning. The sum range is already in the beginning. It's supposed to give me a sum range. No, it's supposed to give me an error. Hold on. Sum range is already in the beginning, so it's not supposed to give me an error. It's not supposed to give me an error. Okay. Here's what's going to happen. Maybe we'll try that in another class, but it's possible for that. We'll need to use another function. You get? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
But when you want to combine with multiple conditions across 2 columns, okay, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Okay, across 2 columns. Across 2
Oh,
columns.
yes, we can.
Like the first one we did now, okay? We worked with Nigeria in one, we worked with one country, which is Nigeria here in the country. We want to get the sales for people from Nigeria, you get, which we have gotten here. But what we can try getting also is the sales for male. You get me? Only the male in Nigeria. Remember we had a female, which was Jane. You get? And then we have 2. So what I simply do here is what I was initially trying to do. Hear me? Hello?
Yes,
Okay,
we can.
so we'll go with
Yes,
the
we can hear you.
Yes, we can.
okay, so we'll go with the sum ifs again. The sum ifs. So it's asking for the sum range. Like I said, the sum ifs and the sum ifs.
I'm sorry, man. Sorry, man. Before we continue, I'm really sorry about this. That Nigerian did just. I'm doing it on my system. It's giving me 0. I don't know, and I'm repeating it. Still giving the same thing. So I don't know.
Only Nigeria. Not the
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Taking you guys back.
Hello?
Only the Nigeria that I'm doing.
Compare your
It's giving
code.
me 0.
Compare the formula you wrote with this formula here. Or maybe you didn't reference it properly.
I did. I was using the first one should be.
Did you put your quotation?
I think I did it. I'm using E4 to E11 and D5. Okay. Sorry, I think I've seen my error there.
Okay. So I said if we're trying to combine across, I said the first one we did, it gave us the total sales in Nigeria, but we want to get for only the male. Okay, so what we'll come here and do is we'll run some ifs. Some ifs. So it's asking for the sum range, and the sum range here now is E4 to E11. E4 to E11. And then we'll put our comma. So it's asking for criteria range. The first criteria now is the country. We want all the sales from Nigeria, which is D4 We're working with the criteria range now, which is the country. So that is D4 to D11. D4 to D11. Then the criteria here is what? Nigeria. The criteria here is Nigeria. Okay. Then we have comma. Our next criteria range now is gender. You get. And gender now is C4 to C11. So we have C4 to C11. So what do we want from gender? We want female. No, we want male, sorry. All the males in Nigeria. So we'll put male there. We'll close our parentheses. And you can see it gave us 9,000. Is that one clear? Or you guys have any questions from here again?
Understood.
Very clear.
It's clear.
Very clear.
It's cleared.
Me.
Hello?
Okay, it's
Hello,
clear.
can you hear you? Understood.
Okay. So if we're to do count as well, all right, the count is the same thing. Do you get? The count if is the same thing with the sum if. Let me double click. Let's assume it now. I just changed here. I don't need to write it again. I just changed here to count if. Count if. Okay. I think I need to do it afresh. Hold on. Okay. So for example, now we want to count the number of cells with Nigeria in this country. This country column, we want to count the number of cells that contain Nigeria. You get. So we'll come here and we'll just do equal to count if. Count if is asking for the range. And our range is D4 to D11. So it's asking for the criteria. This one is very straightforward. If maybe while you are writing the formulas, all these formulas are things that you can easily forget. You understand? But if you use them frequently, you might have them at the back of your head, but it is very easy to forget them. Nobody has you understand? Nobody has all the formulas. There are a lot of things Excel can do. There are some that you might not know this year. It might be next year. And when you even know that, before you know, they've brought out a new way of doing it. You get. Like the if I showed you guys, the ifs I showed you guys, most people now is only that nested if they know. They don't know about the ifs. You get, because the ifs is new. So when you want to try a new formula, you can always try all the formulas that pop up. If you write count, you see a lot of things pop up for count. You write sum, a lot of things. You can always try all of them. You understand? So when you try them, just follow these prompts that is here. You know range. Range means from somewhere to somewhere. You know criteria. Criteria means what is in that place you want to see. So for the count now, this is quite easier. So I'll just I've already set my range here. Then I'll set the criteria. And I put I enter. I click enter. You can see it as displayed 3 for me. Can you guys see it?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So
I have a question now.
Go ahead.
But you say we should like play around formulas, but don't we need data to actually
Data is everywhere.
practice these formulas?
No, data is everywhere. Data is everywhere. You can.
Everywhere.
Okay, I think I'll drop some links on the group where you guys can get data sets from. You get.
Thank you, ma.
Get from cargo. Data is everywhere. Most especially cargo. You understand? So that's it for count. If you want to do the average too, same thing. Average if the same thing. You get. So let's go to lookup. So these are lookup functions. Lookup functions are functions used to search for and retrieve specific data from a range or table based on a given criteria. So for lookup functions, we have VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, index, match, and then we can have a combination of index and match. I know many of you have heard of VLOOKUP before. So does anybody have any idea about VLOOKUP? Hello? Oh, can you guys
Yeah,
hear
I've heard
me?
We
about
can hear you,
VLOOKUP
but
before. Yeah.
I don't know about it.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Let me scroll up. So VLOOKUP searches for a value in the leftmost column of a table, and it returns the corresponding value from a specified column in the same row. Okay, I know that one is a bit, it's a lot. It's a bit confusing, but you can simply put VLOOKUP goes to your table, all right, and gives you a value that you want based on what you have stated. For example, now we want to get the price of aging cream without having to come to this table and look at it. We want to get the price of anti-aging cream. We can use the VLOOKUP to just give us the price if we know what we're looking for. For now, we know we are looking for anti-aging cream. So anti-aging cream is like the unique value here. So from anti-aging cream, we know that the row number of anti-aging cream is 10. You get, and what we're looking for is price. Price is the column we're looking for. We're looking for the individual price of, oh God, how do I put this? We're looking for the price of anti-aging cream. You get, we know the column and we know the row. So all we need is what? The price. It's like saying, I think I need to illustrate this, otherwise you guys might not get it. Let me do something. Hold on, guys, I'm coming. Okay. So it's like saying normally in school, they will tell you A plus B is equals to C, right? So if you have A and you have C, can you find B? For example, they gave you A is 10 and they're giving you C is 5. Is it possible to find B?
Yes. Why not?
Yes.
Possible. Okay. So that is just what exactly. So that is just what this stuff is trying to say. The three directions to a value in Excel is what? The row number, we have our comma, the column number, and the cell itself. Do you get? So it's like saying, if you know the row number and you know the column number, the cell is easy. It's just the same thing. It's like saying, let me erase this. Arrow n here is the row number. So it's as good as saying arrow n plus cn is equals to cell value. Do you get? Arrow n is equals to arrow n plus cn. Arrow n is row number, cn is column number, then is equals to cell value. You understand? So if you know the row number, you know the column number, you can get what is in the cell, because it works like this. Let's say it works like this. Oh, so it works like this. This is the row, and this is the column. Then the cell here is in the middle, is where it meets. You get? So that is how the lookup works as well. Lookup just goes into the table you have. Based on the information you have given it, you have given it the row, you have given it the column, So it's supposed to be easy for it to give you the cell. You get, just that in this case, we are not going to work with the row directly, with the row number. We're going to work with a value on the row. So let's say we're working with facial cream, for example. We want to get the price of facial cream in this table without having to go to the table. So let's say we stated facial cream here, facial cream here. We just write it here. So we want to give Excel a command now to go and look for it based on the way this table is. Meanwhile, the V lookup you have there, the V there stands for vertical. So vertical lookup based on the column. You understand? Based on the orientation of this table. So we'll come here and put equal to, then we'll write V lookup. So it's asking for the lookup value, meaning what do you want to go and search for? Lookup value here now is facial cream, comma. It's asking for the table array. You understand? That is where the table is, which is this our table here. Although we didn't give it a okay. It has a table name already. Let me go and check what the table name is. I'm coming. It's working with table 2, so it seems I'm coming. I didn't want it to be a table before. I wanted to work with a range so I can use it for page lookup. Okay, you can see now, immediately I clicked on it. So you see the way this table design popped up. Can you see? Can you guys see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly.
Okay, so it means I see immediately I clicked on it, this table design came up. It means it's a table. You understand? So we can come here now and convert this table. We can come here now and convert this table now to we want to change the name of the table. Let's say we call it, I think the other one is named beauty, so I can't name this one beauty as well. I don't want to be a table. I want to work with it as a range. When you have a table already stated, you've changed it from a range of cells to a table. You can convert it back to a range because I don't want this to be in the table. So I can show you guys how to transpose. So I'll just simply come here and I'll click convert to range. Yes. Can you see? Should I do it again? So now it's no longer a table again.
Yes.
Okay. So for example, now I want to change this to a table. I'll just click my Control T, right? And I'll state OK. So now it's a table. Okay. If I don't want it to be a table again, I'll simply come and click inside it. I'll go to table design, then I'll go to convert to range. And then I'll click convert to range. And it's no longer a table again. Just that this format here will still remain. So you can just do, let me make this fixed. You can just do come here now, highlight it. And then you go to where you have format, which is here. And then you click, you come to where you have clear here, this editing that is here. You click on this eraser here, and you click on clear format. So it will remove that color that is there if you don't want the color. So this is no longer a table now. Is that one clear?
No,
Hello?
no, I didn't get that.
Still no.
Okay, I'm going to come over.
Still no clear.
No, they have. Ma'am, please, I don't understand.
Initially, I want to convert this to a table first. So I'm going to go my Control T, right? The way I taught you guys. And I click OK. So now it is a table. All right? You guys understand this part, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't want to be a table again. All I need to do is I will go to where you have table design, which is here. And then I will click convert to range. And then I'll say, do you want, it's giving me a prompt, do you want to convert the table to a normal range? I click yes. So now it's no longer a table. You can see now I'm clicking it. It's not giving me that table design. But you are seeing that it's still formatted. It still has the color, right? It has the color, yes, but it is
Yes,
not.
ma'am.
It's no longer a table. If it was a table, immediately I click on this stuff, it's not going to show me table. It's going to show me table design, but it's not showing me, so it's no longer a table. So I cannot reference it. I cannot come and say equal to this particular table without touching it. Now it's just a range. You get? So what I was doing was I went to do VLOOKUP. I want to look for the price of facial cream in this table. Because let's assume it's a small table, it should be just 20 products here. Assuming it was like 2,000, you can't go and be doing that. You can do that, but it's stressful. So we'll come here and we'll write equal to VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP. So it's asking me for the lookup value. And lookup value is what? Facial cream. All right. So we'll put our comma there. So it's asking for the table array. Meaning, which table do you want me to go and search for facial cream for? Then I'll come here and I will select this table. And I'll put my comma there. So it's asking for the column index number. Initially, remember I told you that the row is what has numbers, while the columns have alphabet. But in the case of VLOOKUP, you will not go and put A or B or C there. You use, it's asking you column index number. So what is here must be a number. So what you come and do is, in that table, you will count the number of columns, the particular position of the column you want to display. And what we want is what? Price. So you come here, product name is 1, product ID is 2, quantity is 3, price is 4. So I'll come here now, meaning price is the 4th column in that table, and I'll put 4. All right. And I'll put my comma. So now it's asking me range lookup. This range lookup is asking now is it an exact match? That means what I'm looking for, is it exactly how it is on the table, or is just an approximate? And the way I've spelled facial cream here is also the same facial cream is the way facial cream is in the table. So I will just work with an exact match. Okay, an exact match, which is here, false. You can see immediately I put 0 here, it brought out a prompt for me, telling me to pick one of these options. So you just come here now, you just click false, meaning exact match. And then I'll close my parentheses and I clicked enter. So you can see now it gave me 112.42. So let's go and look for the price of facial. You say what?
Please, ma, I will need you to double. Okay, thank you very much. You've done what I was expecting for you to do, ma'am.
Okay, let me go over this again, right?
Yes, please.
So, I know it's a bit very technical. It's always, as I said, everybody should prepare. We're getting into the tougher parts. So we have VLOOKUP here. So I'll click equal to VLOOKUP. It's going to come up. So it's asking me for the lookup value, meaning what do I want to go and search? I want the price of facial cream. So I have facial cream stated here. And I'll put, I click on my facial cream. You get? And I have my comma. So it's asking me the table array. In which table can I find facial cream? Is in this table I can find facial cream. So I'll just select everything in the whole table. Assuming that table was in a table format, I can just write the name there and to pop it, bring it up for me. You understand? So I have my comma. So it's asking me for the column index number. That means which column can I find? What are you looking for? I'm looking for price, right? So I'll come and count the column number of price, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So price is the 4th column, and I'll put 4 there, comma. So it's asking me what I'm looking for. Is it exactly the way it is here that it is in the table? And yes, it is. The way facial cream is spelled, that is how facial cream is here. Assuming maybe I don't know exactly, I don't know the name of the product. Maybe I feel the product is facial, and I put facial there. You get? Instead of me to put false, which is exact match, I will use true, meaning it's approximate. I'm not very sure of what it is, but just go there. Anywhere you see facial, bring the price out for me, and it will bring out the first appearance of facial. So if you have plenty facial, that will just give you the price of the first one. which might be wrong. So it's always best to use exact match. So working with false. Working with false. So I'll close my bracket and I'll click equal to, I'll click my enter. So you can see it gave me the price of facial cream. So let's say now, for example.
Sorry, please, I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, ma, sorry, the D20, how did you get the D20? Can you put your...
That is the last cell. What I did was the table range. The table range here, selected the whole table. This is from A1. You know the way Excel will count it now, to count A1 to A20, B1 to B20, C1 to C20, D1.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what it stated there. So let's say, for example, now you wanted it to be automatic. I thought you guys data validation already. So let's say you have a shop, you have a very big supermarket, and your products, maybe the products you are selling, they're up to 3,000. It's so much. You cannot be going to go and I want to get the price. You want to get the price. You can come here, you set your product here, then here can be price. For example, here can be price. Okay, so here now will now be where you will use where your price will be. So let's say we want to work with let's say face lotion. Look at face lotion here. You can see face lotion, right? We want to work with face lotion. So we have face lotion there as the product. Then we want to get the price of face lotion. So we'll now say here is equal to VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP. What is lookup value? Lookup value is our face lotion here. Okay, comma. So that's for the table array. And our table array now, this is our table. This is our table. That's A1 to D20. And I'll put my comma. So it's asking for the column index number. And like I said, the column index number here now is price, is the fourth column, because you can see it now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So working with 4. I'll put my 4 here. So it's asking for lookup range. That is the range lookup. Remember I said it's exact match. If you don't know what to put here, sometimes you might forget, you might want to write 0. It's okay if you start it like that. But maybe you write it, just follow the prompts. Don't go and work with your own. If you do this, it will give an error. Just follow the prompt that it brings out for you. So if you see that it's true or false, you work with that true or false. If you see that it's displaying 0 or 1, which as it did for I think it was SUMIFS also. I think so. So we're working with false here. And then we'll close the parentheses. You can see now it gave me the price of what? Of face lotion, which is 311. So let's assume now we want to do data validation. We don't want the person that is coming here to just be typing, because if you come in, anything you type, if you don't want face lotion, if you want skin gel, if you come in, as if you already referenced this cell, if you put skin gel, click enter, it will change it for you. You can see it's giving me a pile of skin gel. If I want the price of eyeliner, look at eyeliner here. Eyeliner here. I will just come here. Because I've already referenced this cell. I'll spell eyeliner. Okay. And if I don't want to stress myself, I can do data validation for only this cell. Only this product cell. You get, so I'll just click on it and I'll go to where? Data. And I'll go to my data tools. See data validation. So I click on data validation. So it has brought out that dialog box. We did this before. So I said I want to work with a list because I don't want to stress myself to be typing. So we have here, we want to locate the product name. So I'll just come in now from hair oil. I'll select everything. So this is my list of products. And then I click enter. So we have input message, select product. So in case the person goes to click something that is write a product that is not that we don't have, a product that we don't sell in our shop. We can write product not found. Product not found. So I'll click my OK. All right. So if I come here now, I don't even need to go and type again. All I need to do is to just see, just be going down. Just be going down. You can see it, right? Just be okay. Is this one clear? You guys understand what I did here now? I just did the validation.
Yes, it is.
Ma. Okay.
Sorry,
So
please just come again, please.
from where? Where am I coming from?
On this the way the drop down box you're doing on the products, yeah, how you went about it.
Okay, but I thought this before.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
That's data validation.
Yeah. I said since we've already referenced this particular cell, this price here, this cell, which is J7, we already reference it to this cell, which is what? I7. Because if you look at the formula, I7. So anything that is showing in this J7 is as a result of what is on I7.
I7, yes.
So I'm here to be typing, I'm stressing myself. I can just select this I7. You get? So I'll go to my data tab. I'll come to my data tab here. Under data tab, I'll go to data tools. Okay. Now data tools on data validation.
Okay.
You get? So
yeah.
This validation criteria now, I'm going to select a list.
Yes.
And the list now is let me go up.
And I'll take A.
Exactly. The list now is what
every other product name.
Exactly.
Selected.
Exactly. So click F. So page now we want to be here is what? Select product.
Yeah.
Select product. And the error we want to display is product not found. Product not found. So I click my OK. So like maybe somebody is coming to buy something from the shop and you don't want to go and start looking at this list. It might take some time. Just come here, just click your drop down, and then it simplifies the process from you. And in this case, for example, now we have 1,000 products. It's also going to be stressful for the person to use this because it's not arranged well. It's not alphabetical. You get, because you now have to be going through everything one after the other. So in this table now, we can just simply sort it from A to Z. That is the product name. And then if you come here now, you will see that it will change. So can you see it's not like anti-aging cream, anti-mask, you understand? So the person just knows, okay, if what she's looking for is skin gel, she can never say skin gel at the beginning. She just come to the ending here. Because it starts from S.
Awesome.
You get, so is that one clear?
Very clear. Thank you.
Okay.
Since you converted the table to a range, why are you still calling it a table?
So that you both understand now. Okay, this range of cells is because I want you guys to understand what it is. That is why.
Okay, so there's no difference between the plain one and this one.
There's a difference. This is plain. This is a range of cells. This is not a table.
Okay.
This is a range of, so there are two, okay, maybe it's my error, apologies then. There are two, how would I put it now? There are two objects, or the way it can be here. Two objects here. We have the table, we have the range of cells. You understand? What you are seeing here now, immediately I clicked on it. It's not showing me table design. If it was a table, I can easily come here, I will call the name. I'll call the name. It's not a table. You get? It's not a table. It's I want to convert it to a table. Come here, and I'll click Ctrl T. It's supposed to be a table actually. I prefer working with it as a table, but I want to show you guys something. And to do that, if it's a table, I can't do it. It must be a range. Okay. So if I want to convert it to a table, I'll just come here, I'll click my Control T and OK. And now it is a table. You can see the difference. Difference is very clear. Immediately I clicked on it, it's taking everything here now as one. So let's say I named this table, I named it let's say I named it product. I named it product, for example. So that's the name. What I did here, all right? What we did here, this particular cell that we referenced here, let me just do it again. Since we work with the range of cells, let's do it again. So I said equal to VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP, the lookup value is whatever is in this cell, comma. The table array is what? Product. I don't need to go to that. I don't need to go and drag it again. The table array is product. Okay. Product. Then the index is what? The fourth column in product table. You guys got that right? So we have the fourth column. The what we want to do is we want to get an exact match, which is false. And then, see, same thing. So it depends on what you want to work with. But it's always best to change it to a table. Don't leave it as a range. It's always best to change it to a table. Okay, what I want to do now, because if I want to copy this, it will not allow me to copy. I want to do something. I want to transpose the table. Right now, the orientation of this table is vertical. That is why we can use the VLOOKUP on it. If you check the list I stated before, we have the VLOOKUP, we have the HLOOKUP, we have the XLOOKUP. Right now, we want to do the HLOOKUP, but the HLOOKUP will not work on this kind of table. It will work, but it will give you error. Not give what you're supposed to get. You get. So the HLOOKUP now stands for horizontal lookup. So everything that the VLOOKUP does, the HLOOKUP does it. Just that it does it for tables in a horizontal orientation. So this is the definition here. HLOOKUP, it is similar to VLOOKUP, but searches for a value in the top row of a table and returns a corresponding value from the specified row in the same column. So whereby in the VLOOKUP, all right, you stated what was in the leftmost column. You understand? Because what we said was product now. Product is here. You get. For the HLOOKUP, what you'll be stating is going to be on top. And we cannot go and say we want to see quantity because quantity is everything. We cannot say we want to go and see price. You get. If you go and say, if you use HLOOKUP in this table now, it will be like you will go and put anti-aging cream. Then you will now reference cell 14. Let's say you go and put 4 now. What we just do with VLOOKUP? If you do it with HLOOKUP, all right. Remember, let's say we picked a product from here now. We pick anti-aging cream now, for example, and then you now state 4 as the number which we stated for price here. It will come here and it will give you body lotion or it will give you bleaching cream. You get me? Do you guys understand?
Yes, we understand.
Okay. So let me convert this.
Please, we have to go over it again.
I said for the HLOOKUP, what I did with VLOOKUP now. Remember what I did was I had the column number here, which is 4, right? And I had the product that was here, right? If you do it for the HLOOKUP, it will not give you what is here. It will give you another product name. Let me do it. I think you understand better when I do it instead of explaining it. Yeah, I'll explain after. So I need to convert this back to a range to be able to transpose the table. I'll create another cell. Let me change the format so it can just look normal. So I'm going to copy it now. I've copied it to Control C. I want to create another sheet. Yeah, I'll call it HLOOKUP. HLOOKUP. I've copied it. This is another sheet now. So I want to paste what I copied. Let me go back and see. I want to paste what I copied, but I don't want to paste it normal. You know, normally if I want to paste it, I'll just come here. I'll do my Control V, right? And it will be here like this. But I don't want to do this. All right. What I will do now is I will come here to paste. I'll click this drop down. Then I will go to transpose. Can you see? And then I will click it. So it will change the orientation of my table. Can you see the way the table is now? Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mama, please come back.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
It's no longer the way it was before. I've turned it. I've changed the orientation. Hello?
Please, how did you change it?
This is what I did. See normal. I copied Control C. Then I went to this sheet where I want to change it. I just took any cell there. Then you see where we have paste. I've lost my copy. You see where we have paste. Where we have paste here. I won't just paste it normal. I'll click this drop down here, and then I'll click this drop down here, and then you see transpose. You see this particular one. Are you seeing it? The people that are following me with their PC, are you seeing this?
Yes.
Yes, Michael.
Okay, so I clicked on that, and then to change the orientation. Do you get? So if you want to now convert this to a table, you are free to. If you want to work with it as a range of cells, you are free to. You understand? So let's work with it as a range first. So let's say we want to find the price of eyeliner now that is here. You see the way this table is this kind of table that you use HLOOKUP for. We want to find the price of eyeliner. Okay, so we can state it here, or we can tie it to a cell. The basic difference between the VLOOKUP and the HLOOKUP is this. All right. The VLOOKUP goes to look for data in the right columns. Do you get? The VLOOKUP works vertically. You get? From here to here. While the HLOOKUP works horizontally, from up to down. You get? So I'll click my equal to here, and I'll write my HLOOKUP. Follow me. Oh. So it's asking for my lookup value. My lookup value here now is eyeliner, and I have my comma. The table array now is here. I've selected it. That's the table, or that's the range of cells better, because I did not convert it to a table. So that's the range of cells, and I have my comma. So now it's asking me for the row index number. You remember that one was asking me for the column index number. You understand? So it's asking me for the row index number, and the row we're looking for now is price, and price now is 4. You get? So we have row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. So I'll come and I will put 4. And it's asking me now what we have there. Is it an exact match or approximate? We're working with exact. And then I'll close my parentheses. And you can see it has given me what I wanted. The eyeliner. This is the eyeliner. This is the price for eyeliner. As you wanted to see was quantity. All we need to come and do here, instead of 4 here, we just click, and then we have 30, which is the quantity of eyeliner. Assuming this was a table. This is a table now. I've converted it to a table. So you guys can see it. This is a table now. It's no longer a range of cells. Let's call the table transposed table. Or let me just use transpose. Let me just use transpose. Transpose, okay. So all I need to do now was, let's say I want to get the price. Now we have the quantity here. I want to get the price. So I'll just come here. I'll click I'll write my H lookup. H lookup. So it's asking for the lookup value. Lookup value here now is eyeliner. The table array is what? Transposed. This is the table we created. Table array is transposed. The row index number is price we're looking for, remember. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think it's going to be 3. Okay, but the row index number now is 4. And then we have our comma. So it's asking for range lookup. This row index number is going to be 3. Range lookup is false. What's the problem?
We should try 4.
That was why I didn't want to convert it to a table. Because most times when you're working with HLOOKUP, you don't want to use a table. But for the VLOOKUP, it's actually okay. I don't know why it's giving me an error now. But you guys get the concept, right?
Yes. No.
Yes.
No, come again.
Let me change it back into a range. For example, now in this table, this range of cells, I want to get the price from here. Okay, so I'll click my equal to, and then I work with HLOOKUP. I'll select HLOOKUP. Lookup value is eyeliner. Okay, the table array is this range of cells here. Range of cells that has the values you want to use. Then the row index is 4 for price. Then the range lookup is false because an exact match, and then that's it. So eyeliner here, we have the price of eyeliner here as where's eyeliner? As 308.2. Okay, so I think that is clear, right? Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, my
Okay, the first one we'll do now is X lookup. X lookup is the latest lookup function. Let's convert this to a table. So just reduce stress. So the X lookup now is the latest. You get VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP were the ones used before. The X lookup it combines the VLOOKUP and the HLOOKUP together. So we have equal to X lookup. So it's asking for the lookup value. Lookup value we want here now. Well, okay, let's work with facial cream here. Let's work with this cell, facial cream, comma. It's asking for the lookup array. Lookup array is this particular table. But I did not name it. Okay, see the table is table 5. Okay. So the lookup array now is table 5, which is this table here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, okay, I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hear me?
Yes, we can.
Let me name it. Let's call it product. Then we'll use this cell side by side so it can make more sense. So I'm going to click my equal to here. Equal to X lookup. Lookup value is what? Facial cream, which is what is in this cell. Lookup array. So this lookup array now is which column is it going to find facial cream? It's going to find facial cream in the product name column. You get, so I'm going to work with Product is the name of the table. And the column is what? Product name. Okay, comma. So it's asking now, what do you want it to return? Which column do you want it to return? You understand? What you want to return, what we want is our price, right? It's asking which column is it? Which column is price? So we'll come in and we'll put the same product table. In product table, return array. In product table, we want the price. We want to work with the price column. So if you don't find the selection we made, what should it write? That's what this one is telling. That is like the major difference between the X lookup and the other lookups, the H lookup and the V lookup. So it has the ability to return a value to you, just like we have the ifs and the if. You get? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can.
So if I come here now and I select OK, if it doesn't find facial cream, you should write not found. Not found. That's me my match model. My match model is exact match, which is 0. And then I close it, and it has given me this. Assuming now I come here now and I put face. Go will tell me not found. You can see the difference between this one and this one. The X lookup gives the privilege to write what you want to display if it doesn't find what you are looking for. But the VLOOKUP and the HLOOKUP does not give you that. Look at the VLOOKUP now. You can see what happened with this VLOOKUP. I reference to this particular cell. The VLOOKUP here is giving an error. Can you guys see it?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so it's giving me an error.
Yes.
The XLOOKUP, I know it's a bit, it's a lot to get, but you will get it with time or during the assignment. So you understand this one? Do you understand the XLOOKUP?
It's okay, but it's kind of complicated now. But we
Yeah,
can
you understand it, right? But it's a
we'll
bit
get used to it.
I don't know if you can go over
Please
the
come
X
again
lookup again. I only got the last part of it, not him showing not found and all that. But the in between, it's kind of complicated.
Okay, no problem. What I did was equal to XLOOKUP. All right. XLOOKUP, the lookup value now is this cell. We'll select what we want there. Lookup value is this cell. Okay. So we have G2, or let me use it beside, so you just see what it does here. Let's use here. All right. So we have equal to XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP, the lookup value is this product here. Remember, we have a data validation here. Remember. So we'll put our comma here. The lookup array, which column will you find this product? That's what it's asking. Which column will you find the product? And the column you will find that product is the product name column. So we'll first state our product table. Our product table. All right. Then we have the product column. That is the product name. I'll close it, comma. So it's asking you now, what column should I return to you when I've found this stuff? And the column we want to return is we're looking for our price. Is this price column? You get, is this price column? You see, because I went to select it, it's already gone to. Is this price column? I don't like it like this because it looks rough. We don't need to put it this way. So we want it to give us the price column. All right. So if it doesn't find that particular product you state there, it should give you not found. It should display not found. Display not found. Okay, comma. And the match is what? The match is an exact match. You might not get it now, but when you do the assignment, when you go through it, you get it better. And we have equal to. So can you see it now? You can see that they both did the same thing. All right, they both did the same thing. But personally, I think the XLOOKUP is better. It's more presentable because you don't want to be seeing this.
Excuse me, man.
Go ahead.
The XLOOKUP, does it have to be in a table? Does it have to be in a table form before you use the XLOOKUP?
No, it doesn't. You can work with it as a range of cells. It doesn't have to be a table, but it's always best. It's always best to when I was doing the VLOOKUP, why I didn't put it in the table, because I wanted to transpose it. See, when you copy it like this, okay? When you copy it like this, can you see now? Can you see it?
Yes, I can see.
The option for transpose is not there.
Okay.
Option for transpose is not there. Let me try.
Also, sorry.
Okay. It's not there.
Sorry. With this XLOOKUP, I don't really think there's it for HLOOKUP, because it does what
there's no need.
And
Exactly.
HLOOKUP does.
Exactly, it does it.
But just combining both of them.
Exactly. Important you know it, because I don't know, there are some job seekers here, you get, and when you go for an interview, they'll first ask you for the VLOOKUP and the HLOOKUP.
All right, thank you.
And so it's good to know that those actually exist, and this was how it was done before. You get, so that is all for tonight. I know it was a bit very technical, but you guys will get it. It's very easy. It's as simple as ABC. Just needs more practice. Grace, your hands are up. Okay.
Sorry, I don't have a question.
Okay, so thank you guys for joining, and do have a lovely night rest.
Please, I have a question. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead with your question.